welcome to Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smirl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smirl.
Well, welcome, sisters, to this chilly afternoon.
Thank you.
I have decided not to leave my pajamas.
I'm jealous.
As I don't have work today, so that's it.
I wish I could do that.
I hope to someday soon return to my pajamas. I've been out of them for an absurd amount of hours.
I'm sorry, Taylor.
No. It's all right.
I usually live in mine, so I can't complain too much. I've just had to actually, do school today.
You had to do school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's hard now that the sun seems to set at 3 p.m.
Yeah. I find myself ready for bed at 6.
Is this always the way it's been? It seems particularly dark this year.
I also think it has to do with I guess this was a quote from Saturday Night Live the other night. I didn't see it, but I saw it retweeted multiple times. I saw it quoted and tweeted multiple times, so I appreciated it from afar, third hand. I guess Colin Jost made the comment that the weather is cold outside. It's a good day to stay inside because the weather is cold and everyone you ever heard of is a sex monster.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. That's true though.
That's pretty much what we're discovering now. So. So stay inside, keep your pajamas on. It's that kind of year.
Yeah.
Month.
Year.
Years. I think we've just moved into a decade of
Pajamas.
staying in your pajamas.
Pajama decade.
Let's hope it's limited to 4 years. Let's hope for that.
I'm down for a pajama decade, though.
you still want to stay in your pajamas.
I mean,
Be
Riley,
27 and finally get out of my pajamas.
that's what you kids do, right? You start a trend. Start the pajama decade. Just kick it off. Make it happen.
Pajama-cade.
Yeah, you can work on that.
Is that?
PJ
Can I ask a question? Are those crochet shorts really in?
Crochet shorts? Those aren't shorts. You can't crochet something solid.
They were made out of. I saw these on that was apparently in some sort of runway fashion show, and I think they were specifically for men. Although women could wear them too, but I feel like that they were advertised as for men, and they were shorts made out of old blankets that were repurposed into shorts.
Crocheted?
Yes. I
Yes.
crochet things and
crocheted and knit. Some of them were knit, but some were crocheted.
Crocheted materials have giant holes in
I was gonna say that's not a tight enough knit to provide security or
No.
decency.
Now knitting is different.
But these shorts looked like blankets. They didn't look like, oh, that's cool. What is that fabric? It was like
a blanket.
you're wearing blanket shorts.
That seems like it'd be comfy though.
But that's not really in style.
No, I've never heard of that before or seen those before. I'm gonna bring them in style though, so I can wear blankets all day every day.
They look like old school, your grandmother made for you Afghans,
But shorts.
On your butt.
but shorts.
Okay.
I don't know. Just curious.
No, I've never seen those before in the teen world.
Well, you could be ahead of the curve.
Sid, was this a fever
No.
dream? Are you sure these happened?
I was sick recently.
Okay, maybe.
Maybe you dreamed this.
I don't know.
Just watch Shark Tank a year from now. Sydney would be on with crochet shorts.
Hi, sharks.
A blanket for your butt.
For any amount of money you're willing to give me.
For 100% of my
For
business.
100% of my business. I found a pair of crochet shorts. And I'm desperate to unload them on someone.
Don't you hate when you have to get out of your crochet blanket to put on shorts? What if you didn't have to?
Crow shorts.
There is no.
I have
Never
one
mind.
pair.
This
I have
is-
sold 0 in profits,
Never mind. This is nothing.
and I have spent
I'll
$10
put it
on
in the
them.
garbage.
I don't know. No, it could work because let's be real. A Snuggie is just like a coat that you wear backwards. Someone sold it as a whole thing, but really you just take any sort
That's
of
true.
long sweatery thing and put it on backwards, instant Snuggie. And someone sold that.
I'm telling you, crochet
Crow
shorts. They're coming. Crorts.
No, stop.
Crow
Just don't.
shorts.
Huh?
Crow shorts.
Crow shorts.
I think Crow Shorts was good. You're not gonna make it one syllable. I know that's
Quartz.
how you sell something. If you can get it to one syllable, it's cool.
Quartz.
Lori Grenier would come up with a
Get
good
your
name for 'em.
quartz.
Crow shorts. Hey, everybody. Hey, millennials. You know what the coolest new thing is after avocado toast? Crow shorts. Will that work?
Probably.
If I say avocado toast in the same sentence.
They're like, wow.
What? I love that.
So I love crow shorts.
I ate avocado toast this weekend. I'm not going to front. It's,
Brought to you by Millennials.
yeah, it's good. Speaking of trendy things.
There we go.
You know what teens love?
What's that?
Technology.
This is true.
Generally. I mean,
Probably.
generally speaking. They like the new gadgets, the
Mhm.
new teen tech toys.
I like that alliteration.
Yeah, thank you.
Toys, triple T.
And what made me think of this is that I bought Justin an Apple Watch for his birthday because he wanted one a lot. He wanted one because the newest Apple Watch, you can just like make phone calls from.
It's just a phone for your wrist.
It is. Like it's a phone. And I guess it's slightly different because the old one did that, but it was like a Bluetooth thing. So it would like transfer it to your watch. But this is like you can move pretty far away from your phone, I think. I don't even think you have to have your phone with you. I think you can leave your phone behind. And your call will just transfer to your watch and you can answer your watch.
But do you have to like talk into your watch like a cool spy?
Like a spy.
That's exactly why he wanted it.
Of course.
All right. This all makes sense now.
Yeah. And it does lots of other things, but he was very much into it. And I started thinking, is this something that adults are into, or do teens think these are cool too? And it started making me wonder what teens of today think of all this technology. Like what's cool, what's not, what would people my age like, but people, Riley, your age are going, no, no thanks. So, because we had our own version of technology
Well,
back in the day.
It was very
like
advanced.
technology adjacent.
For the time. Could you please describe your reaction to Riley said, yeah, I know you had technology when we were talking about this topic. I know you had technology because I watched a video of Taylor at Christmas many years ago opening her first cell phone. Could you please tell us what that was like for you?
It was very weird because it was like 2003 or 4, and Taylor looked like she was probably about Ryla's age right now.
Yeah,
And
I
it
got
was
my
cool.
first phone between senior year of high school and freshman year of college.
Yeah, so she was cool teen Tay, and she opened up her stocking and it was ringing, and she grabbed out what looked to me to be like a hunk of plastic that
A
was
small
black.
pearlescent sandwich.
And she was like, "Whoa, is this mine?" And it was like, "Yeah, that's your phone." And she was like, "Oh my god, I didn't know I was getting a phone." And Mom was like, "It's the same one Sydney has." It's like, that's not a phone.
Was it the same as my purple one that I had?
I think it was like a light blue flip phone.
Oh, was yours first a flip phone? Flip
Mine was
phones were very cool.
Yeah, I had a flip phone first, and then at some point in college, I upgraded to a Razor.
Ooh.
Yeah. It was also just a flip phone, but it was a really skinny flip phone, so you could put it in your pocket, and it wasn't super noticeable. That was really the whole appeal of the Razor.
You didn't have to clip it to your waist.
No,
Yeah.
I mean, because the initial, Taylor and I came along after the big giant cell phones, but the one I had, the initial one was like this Nokia. It was this big black, hunk of plastic that did not flip or fold and was very thick.
It's just
and
a
you
it's
could
just
not
a
fit in
landline.
pocket. It was a smaller landline.
It's a landline.
No, it's smaller.
But they didn't do anything else,
No.
of course.
There
And
was...
they had antennas that you had to extend.
See,
Could you imagine today someone pulling out an iPhone and just grabbing the top corner like doo-doo-doo?
Popping out the antenna.
Well, I remember maybe it was the Razor, maybe it wasn't the first one, but it had an internet button, and good Lord knows I never touched it. And sometimes you would accidentally hit it and just be like terrified, like my bill's just going to magically go up to $100. I don't know why. It won't ever connect to anything. You just hit the internet button, it goes connecting to internet, and it just stays on that terrifying screen until you can get it to go away, or just turn it off so it will stop trying to connect to the internet. Because I never figured out what that function actually did, but it was there.
it was ahead of its time. It was for Wi-Fi that did not yet exist.
Connect to the internet. No, don't.
It's like, don't worry, there's no internet there to connect to yet.
Someday.
Oh.
You still need a phone line to connect. So you're in this awful catch-22 now. You can
Plug
never
in
get
your
out
phone.
of it.
Yeah.
Plug your phone into a phone and then wait for the dial-up signal.
Connect 3 phones to a modem, and then get a DOS startup disk.
We definitely had not as great cell phones. Of course, we've talked about before that pagers were a big thing. Everybody had a pager because it was very cool. And we've mentioned like some tech like Tamagotchis. We've talked about those before that everybody was very much into. But there were lots of other like little devices that I thought were very cool at the time. And then looking back, like there are things, of course, now I have an iPhone and
Interesting question, Riley.
Siri just recorded all that.
so to illustrate the downfall of modern technology, sometimes it thinks you're talking to it when you're not.
I wasn't.
I think Siri just made the very accurate assumption that she should be the guest on this particular episode.
Siri, excuse you. No one asked you.
Butt out. But one thing, I was looking back through some of these devices, and one thing that caught my attention, because I remember thinking it was very cool, was the Talk Boy, which, if Riley, you've seen Home Alone,
Mm-hmm.
the thing he's talking into and recording,
Okay.
that thing.
But I never understood why it existed.
Right.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, your phone does that now.
Yeah. But also, like, why? That's not a toy.
The idea that you could record yourself and then instantly play it back was very novel and exciting.
That's whack.
You could also alter your voice on the Talk Boy, correct?
Yes.
Okay. Because I think that was the appeal.
Yes. Because you could slow down your voice or speed up your voice
Yeah.
Hmm.
and then prank call people.
Right.
Or trick home invaders.
Right.
like in Home Alone.
Bamboozle them.
That I don't know why that ability, the ability to record your voice and slightly modulate it, was so attractive as a teenager. But I know that I didn't have a Talk Boy, but we did have a smaller, I don't want to say a smaller version because it was not nearly as high tech, but it was called a Yak Back.
Mm-hmm.
And it was this little handheld thing, and you literally just held one button to record yourself and then another button to play your voice back. And that we recorded raps about ourselves on it, Taylor.
You're so cool.
Well, let's. You said we. Said, I think, if I remember correctly, you did, and you just made us all listen to them a lot.
That was probably what I did.
That's more accurate.
But the raps did include the phrase "eat my shorts," so they were very cool.
So you recorded Deep Deep Trouble.
These were original compositions.
Oh yeah, you were deeply inspired by Bart Simpson as a young lady.
Sydney, what's up with that?
I don't know. I was never in trouble at school. I was so
Not Bart.
No.
Not just like Bart.
No, I was very much like Lisa. If I was like a Simpson, I was very opinionated and politically aware, and I did very well in class, and I minded all the rules.
But you like to say "eat my shorts."
I was inspired by Bart Simpson, though.
She was just in very much in love with the rebel allure of Bart Simpson.
Mm-hmm.
Which is shown so obviously in her choice of life partner.
Rebel.
I really married a Bart, didn't I?
Uh-huh.
He is good at skateboarding. No, that's a lie.
That's a lie.
He's not very good at skateboarding. Sorry, Justin.
I love you both. I think you're a couple of Millhouses. No offense.
I was going to say.
Hey.
Adorable Millhouses.
That's about right.
I guess it's better than Ralph.
You're not Ralph.
Yeah.
I like Millhouse.
Well, anyway, I don't know why the fascination of the 90s with I want to record my voice and play it back for you instantly. Other than, if you can modulate it, you can make prank phone calls. Because there was no caller ID.
Mm.
So
You really see then where Scream got the zeitgeist right of the generation by making voice modulation in prank phone calls so scary.
Exactly, because everybody was very much into that back then.
I mean, everyone could sound like the Scream voice.
Yep.
I don't. There's no corollary to that today, right?
No, I mean, like, you can make a voice memo on your phone.
But do you guys do that?
No.
No. I mean, I don't do that.
The only
but-
time I've ever used the voice memo function on my phone in the entire time I have owned an iPhone is for learning vocal parts in musicals, and I'll record the alto part so I can listen to it in conjunction with the song. That's the only time I've ever used the voice memo function at all.
Well, that's a good use for it, though.
Yeah, but
That
like I wasn't
illustrates
using
that
it to like modulate my voice and prank call people or trick home invaders.
Well, nobody prank calls anymore, right?
No, not really.
It'd be
Not-
very difficult.
Yeah, because I mean, caller ID. Also, no one answers the phone anymore.
Well, I guess there's
some
that.
of us do. I think that's a
Well,
specific.
no
weird
teens
Smirl
of
thing.
now.
Teens don't answer the phone.
Well, no, think about it, because like, I mean, I'll answer it if it's like mom or dad or one of you all or like one of my close friends I know will call me if they need something. But like beyond that, if I get a phone number or a phone call from like a block number or a number I don't recognize, no matter what it is, I'm not going to answer.
I will say you do always sound kind of confused when I call you. You always sound like, hello? Like,
Yeah, like why aren't you texting me?
Like, why is my phone making this noise? What is it?
Which I realize is silly because it's a phone. Like it's called a phone, which is for
Right.
calling people. But like if I got a phone call from a block number or someone trying to prank call me, I'm not going to answer. Or like a number I didn't recognize trying to prank call me, I'm not going to answer. I
See-
feel like when you all had phones, it was like you always answered the phone.
Well, I mean,
'Cause you didn't know who it
you didn't know who it was.
Well,
It's
I will
easy
say,
to be
I think
tricked.
that that's even infected my generation because nobody in I think their late 20s, early 30s even calls people at this point. Like, if somebody does call you, it's like a way of being like cute, like, and different, and like, oh, I use the telephone for phone calls. That's like the new form of like having like records on vinyl.
It's a new form of handwritten love notes.
Yeah.
That is so
It's phone
wild.
calls.
I mean, I think texting is great for like, hey, what time did we say blah, blah, blah? Okay, thanks. Or that kind of thing. Or, hey, I'm headed home now. Like little, like I just need to communicate one exact piece of information or I have one quick question. I think texting is great for that kind of stuff. But if I want to have any more conversation than that, texting immediately becomes frustrating to me.
See,
I'm immediately over it. I'm like, nah, let's just call. Let's just call me and then we'll settle it real fast.
I don't call people unless I'm like driving and cannot text, or they call me. So
I call people a lot.
I don't like talking to people.
I'm fascinated by the people that use the, like, where you talk into your phone to transcribe the text message, right?
Yeah, I've never done that. I've done that on accident before, like I just did, where I accidentally talked to Siri. Like I'll accidentally press that button and it'll like record 2 of my words.
But
But
you're so close to having a conversation at that point. You are literally speaking to each other, but
Yeah.
then you're sending it through
Yeah.
like text.
The only time I've seen that utilized, Justin now does that with his watch.
Oh,
Right.
So I've seen him many times like, hold on, and then he pushes a button and then says something into his watch and then pushes another button.
What if you had to send a secret text?
I don't know.
Like not like a bad secret text, like you were getting someone a present.
I don't know. I mean, I guess
Like what if I was getting you a
I'm
present
sure
and I was
there's a
trying to
little
tell someone
screen
I
on
got
it. It's
what I
just
got
very
for you.
small.
I was gonna say I wouldn't want to type on that screen.
No.
Like, what if I was getting you a present and someone asked, "What are you getting Sydney for Christmas?" And I was like, "Gotta whisper it into my watch."
Do teens like Apple Watches? I know we're gonna get to your end of this, but
I know a lot of teens that have Apple Watches. Like a lot of teens that have Apple Watches.
so they are popular among the younger.
Yeah, but
crowd.
like I also don't get it because I know these teens that have Apple Watches and I don't ever see them use them. Like they just wear them and sometimes they'll check the time, but like if they have their phone out, they're going to press the button on their phone to see what time it is. Like
So-
I don't understand the function of an Apple Watch. Like I know people who use it like for a Fitbit,
What-
like to track their like activity
Yes,
and
it
their
does
running
that.
and
It does
stuff.
that, yeah.
Like I know people who will use it for that.
But they have it on their wrists and they don't look at it for time.
they're bypassing the watch aspect of the Apple Watch.
Yeah,
Okay.
because I mean, phones.
Yeah, but it's on their wrist, and it is a phone.
This is true.
But they're okay.
All right.
Let me round out the 90s. Here's the rest of the technology that you wouldn't know about, Riley.
Okay.
There was a clueless headset. Talk like hands-free phone headset thing. Like you could, I mean, you plugged it into your phone or whatever, but then you wore a headset around. Hands-free. How about that?
Fancy.
Very cool.
This one also had a voice modifying system on it.
What is up with that?
Oh.
So you could actively be talking to somebody on the phone and disguising your voice.
That's like, have you all seen those new Google Translate earbuds?
I've heard of those.
That
It's
you
like a
speak
TARDIS for your ears.
and it directly translate into the other person's headphones into their language,
Yeah.
what you're speaking.
Yeah,
That's
this
very
is
cool.
just
Crazy.
like that.
Except it's clueless,
Except
so it
it's
just
clueless.
adds like in there a whole bunch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as
If. And an occasional gag me with a spoon.
periodically it goes whatever. Those were very cool. I did not have one of those. I did have there was a My Secret Diary thing, which was like this little handheld keypad. It looked like a little calculator kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
And you just used it as a diary. Instead of writing in a diary, you just typed into it.
So your phone.
Yeah, but it didn't make calls or anything like that.
I mean, all of these functions that you are describing that all of these various gadgets did, like right now, I'm just like, well, okay,
But
my phone
But
for
see,
that.
it was called My Secret Diary, and it was pink and purple
For girls.
for girls, because that's what we like. And then you typed in it.
And you
Oh my gosh, Tony's so cute.
Who's Tony?
I don't know. I just Tony.
That's part of the secret.
I had one of those.
I never did, but I do remember one day in class, one of the cooler girls passing me her secret diary and saying, "You can read it if you like." And she gave me her password. And it was just like her diary. Like, it wasn't interesting. It wasn't juicy gossip. It was just some weird, like, "You can read it if you like. Check out my diary."
How weird.
I like talking about
could
my
you
sandwich
imagine-
and cheerleading practice. Just check it out.
What an odd.
That's so weird.
Now that I don't connect to, because I never had anybody read, whether it was my electronic diary
Well,
or
it's
my
a
actual
secret
diary.
diary.
I never had anybody read it.
I don't know. I think it was definitely like a one of those bonding moments that I, being incapable of understanding when other humans would like to connect with me, just went, "Oh no, that's okay."
Hey, it's your diary. You could keep it.
Yeah, why would I want to do that?
Yeah.
I don't want to
Thanks.
invade your privacy.
Kind of like looked at it for a minute. And I was like,
Friend.
"Oh, cool. All right. Bye."
Like, are you trying to get it published or something? Or
Do you need someone to edit? That's why you're talking to me. Sure. Yeah.
Do you need illustrations?
that's what Taylor thought. She was like, "Oh, you want some illustrations? Here,
I got this. I'll tell you my flat rate.
I'll add some art in there. I'll have a picture of you eating a sandwich.
Yeah. This is gonna be great. Collab.
It'll really bring it to life."
She didn't try again. I don't know.
There wasn't a lot of great tech that came out in the 90s. There are a couple more things I would have mentioned, but before we do that,
Let's check the group message.
sisters, we have several things to talk about on the group message today.
Yeah, we do.
First of all, we are sponsored in part this week by HelloFresh, which we have told you about before, but we never get tired of telling you about because it's a wonderful service. In case you're not familiar, HelloFresh, let me try that again.
Get that right,
HelloFresh is a meal kit delivery service that delivers great recipes and pre-measured ingredients for less than $10 a meal. So if you've got enough time to cook something at home, but you're not sure what to, and you didn't have time to run out to the store, and you don't know a lot of different recipes.
Boom. HelloFresh.
Exactly. This is a great affordable service for you to try out some new things and get some delicious, homemade stuff. Like you really made it, which feels good. It's a very relaxing thing to do, I also think, at the end of a long day. To cook a meal.
Yeah.
It's fun to do with your loved one or your friends or your family. So anyway, all the ingredients come in these handy meal kits, so you know right away which ingredient go with which recipe. And there are all kinds of different recipes. They change weekly. You can get the classic plan, you can get a veggie plan, you can get a family plan, and they also offer Hall of Fame, premium, and kid-tested recipe selection. So if you want stuff that you can share with your kids.
Like Charlie. Charlie tested them all. That's why it says kid tested.
I don't think it was a kid.
She didn't.
Test, like just one kid.
It was like several kids.
Several kids tested.
Yeah.
And Taylor, you can attest to the veggie plan being pretty good for vegetarians, huh?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the veggie plan, and I'm also, if you're like me, like a chronic seamlesser, all the meals that I've made, you can make way quicker than it takes for your food to get to your door. So that's always a bonus. Like, why wait on a meal when you can pretty much have it like in 20, 30 minutes?
And it's probably better.
Yeah, absolutely. And you get leftovers.
Woo.
So for $30 off your first week of HelloFresh, visit HelloFresh.com and enter the promo code StillBuffering30. So you've got to check this out. $30 off your first week. Go to HelloFresh.com and enter promo code StillBuffering30.
Now we have another sponsor to tell you all about this week.
Who is it?
This sponsor is Texture, and the Texture app is basically unlimited access to over 200 premium magazines right on your device. Anywhere you want it, any magazine, anytime.
So you don't have to cart around a bunch of magazines. You don't have to buy them. You don't have to have subscriptions. You can get it all at the Texture app, and you can get all the leading titles, things like Time, The Atlantic, The New Yorker, Vanity Fair, Wired.
Teen titles like 17, Teen Vogue.
Exactly. So,
And right now, you can try Texture for free. Like, no money.
So if
for
you
free.
want to try Texture for free, let me tell you how you're going to do that. Because remember, you can have all your favorite magazines and their back issues anytime, anywhere. And Taylor, where are you going to go if you want to check out Texture free trial?
You should go to texture.com/stillbuffering. Yeah, so that's just it's only $9.99 a month after that, but you get it for free to start, and that's over 30% off the listed price of these magazines. So
This is also a really great gift option because the holidays are coming up, and if you have somebody who you know is like an avid reader of a lot of different magazines, or even just a couple but would probably read more if they had access to them, this is a really great gift for them.
Mm-hmm.
and you save all
So
those
I-
trees.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Save all those.
That's a good
environmental
point.
friendly.
The trees will thank you.
Stay informed, stay entertained, and save the trees. So if you want to check it out, texture.com/stillbuffering, and you can start your free trial today. That's texture.com/stillbuffering.
Do that.
Now, we here at Still Buffering made a little bit of a boo-boo.
Oops.
We done goofed.
We did.
Sorry, friends.
It was unintentional, and we're very sorry, and we're going to make up for it today. And our boo-boo is that Samantha Grace had a birthday, and Nina wanted to wish her happy birthday on our show, and we missed it. So this is happy belated birthday. It still means just as much.
I mean, it's still from us.
It's just
to you.
It's just and from Nina.
And from Nina to
It's
you.
just a little
Samantha
bit late.
Grace.
So happy 15th birthday, Sam. You are half my age now, and I'm so glad we found such a relatable podcast to listen to on our trips to the Cape. Love you. And then there's a note at the end here. Taylor, I'm just now seeing this. Sisters, feel free to sing something if Taylor is still doing birthday songs.
I mean,
Before we knew that
it's addressed to all of us.
that happy birthday is now public domain.
Yeah, I know. And we missed it. So, like,
Sam, it's your birthday. We're kind of late. Sam, it's your birthday. You sound really great. Sam, it's your birthday. Well, it was. We missed it. Sam, it's your birthday. Have a good one.
yay! Happy birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday.
From us and your wonderful friend Nina, happy birthday. I hope it was wonderful. I hope that your whole birth year is wonderful. Because if
Yeah.
you think about it,
Every year is your birth year.
Your birthday is still going on until you have another one, sort of.
You're always being born
There you go.
continuously. 365 days a year. Sometimes 366.
That was one of those times where I just start talking and hope like something smart comes out. If you think about it, nope, nothing.
Well, happy birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Happy birthday, Sam.
So anyway, Riley, I want to hear about the modern teen tech. I just thought I was looking for like, was there anything I forgot? Stuff I used to have, stuff we used to use a lot. And one thing that came up in a list that I didn't really consider technology, but I guess it was the Skip It.
The thing that you put around your ankle
This
to
is
jump up by yourself.
The proto Fitbit, basically.
Pretty
Like, if
much.
you think about
Well-
it did keep track of your steps as long as you were doing them in like a hopping type motion.
You see, Riley, the very best thing of all is there's a counter on this ball.
The very best thing
You
of
can
all,
try to beat your very
there's a
best
counter
score.
on this ball.
Was that the
crap?
jingle?
Is that in
Yeah.
the public domain?
We're gonna get sued by Skip It.
Skip it.
Oh man, but I don't
Yeah.
know. The thing about the Skip It is, I'm pretty sure it's like 50% of its usage at least was just weaponized. Like,
Well,
you just
the
swung it at people.
You swung it at people, and you had to be careful because you got going too fast, and you jumped out of it.
Then what happens?
So you fling a Skip It across the room, even unintentionally. I jumped out of Skip It's accidentally many times trying to beat my very best score.
And it becomes
like it encourages you to do.
a very dangerous, blunt, bludgeoning object when it is projectile.
Made out of neon-colored plastic.
Perfect. Technology at its
The
finest.
technology of the 90s in one, there it is. It's neon-colored plastic. It can be used as a weapon, and the technology itself is not very impressive.
Skip it.
Skip it.
I like that because this is not technology of the 90s. This surely predates us, but I like that the Easy Bake Oven was also put on a lot of like sort of like lists of like important like kid tech from the 90s. Like, no, that was cook this terrible cake with a light bulb.
I know, it taught you how to cook food with a light bulb, as you will do as an adult someday.
Like, it might be good for like a post-apocalypse type scenario. Like, all I have is a light bulb and some cake mix. We're fine. I got this.
They also some cake mix that you only need a tablespoon of water for.
Yeah.
Which they also, Riley, I have to tell you this, music, because it was not so widely available other than like Discmans and Walkmans and all those kinds of things. They also came out with all kinds of weird ways to like listen to little bits of music. There were these things called hit clips, which were these tiny little like cassette looking kind of things, and you had to plug them into, it was like a Tiger piece of technology. Tiger made a bunch of things like little handheld video games and all this stuff, and you had to like plug, and they were like 1 minute clips of popular songs. So
Now-
it wasn't a whole song, because they like gave them to you at McDonald's, I think, with like Happy Meals, but you got like, here's 1 minute of an NSYNC song.
Now, this would always be very frustrating to me because I can see myself forgetting that it's just 1 minute of this song. So, like, you get to, like, the best part, and you're like, oh, here we go. It's like, oh, nope, that's it. It's over. It's gone. Forever.
So you had to, I don't think it was like you had the option of collecting the rest of the song
No.
somewhere.
But I think that was like a theme, like for this sort of early introduction to how we were probably gonna eventually receive information. Because I like, just that one little minute of a song just was so exciting. Like, I remember waiting like 45 minutes for one picture, like a still from Sailor Moon, to download off of like Prodigy or something. Like, just, it's
Yeah.
gonna be worth it. And like, my friends and I, we'd print them out and save them in a notebook. Like, look what this is like literally 4 days worth of time right here.
Now, you all were talking about all these gadgets that you've seen on lists from the 90s.
Yes.
And I found a list because the holidays are coming up. And it's called 8 Best Portable Electronics to Buy for Your Teen in 2017.
Okay, so you're also telling us what you want for Christmas.
Well, no,
Okay.
because I was expecting some different things. Like, when I think popular teen gadgets, obviously iPhones.
Mm-hmm.
I guess most teens have iPhones. I was going to say like other touchscreen phones, most teens have iPhones. And there's that hot new iPhone out now that costs like over $1,000 that recognizes your face and makes it so you can like talk with emojis.
But once you go past whatever mine is, you lose the headphone jack. So
Yeah, I don't have a headphone jack, and that's very frustrating.
Can't handle that.
I stopped upgrading when they got too big. I like the small ones. I think that stops in the fives ish.
I think you're about right.
Also very popular with the teens, speakers, like Bluetooth wireless speakers to connect your phone to play music.
You have that one that looks like a big pill.
It's called the Beats Pill. Very popular.
Ah, that is an excellent name for it.
It's called the Pill. Speakers like that, Bluetooth headphones, especially because the phones are without headphone jacks now.
That's a good idea.
I was thinking gadgets like that would be on this list, but the categories within this list that are naming the best of these various categories are categories that probably wouldn't even be able to exist in the 90s, which I find very entertaining. Like, for example, best drone. Or best robot kit.
Wait, do you teens want drones?
I mean, I don't want a drone, but
because Justin has a drone, but like Justin likes that.
I know Justin has a drone, and my AP US government teacher has a drone.
That's your only point of reference.
But I don't know any teens that have drones.
Okay. Teens don't want drones. Do teens want to build robots?
I don't think teens want to build robots either. I don't agree with most of what this list has, but these are popular gadgets apparently in 2017.
We did have robot dogs and Furbies.
There you go.
Yeah.
Basically the same thing.
I'm upset that these aren't things that you want. You don't want to build robots and have drones. You don't want to have a mechanized army at your disposal.
That seems dangerous.
Okay, all right. Well, all right, move on.
Also, they don't have Snapchat.
Also, I'm going to let you all in on the hot teen gadget that no teen has because no one knows exists.
What's that?
Snap spectacles are Snapchat glasses that are sunglasses, but they have a little camera in the little corner, like right above your eye, like, you know, in like spy movies when like they go to record something, they tap the top corner of the glasses.
Yeah.
It's like that. You tap something in the top corner of your glasses and it starts recording and it goes straight to your Snapchat. Uploads it right to your story.
Okay.
I don't know what the point is. I've never seen them advertised anywhere, but they definitely exist.
You guys don't want that.
No. Like, and also if you
plan
look
out
at
your Snapchat so carefully,
and if you look at these Snapchat spectacles, they're they're orange and yellow sunglasses, and the lenses are circles.
Oh, so
But the frames are very thick orange and yellow plastic with smaller black circles at the corner of each lens.
So these are Google glasses for your generation, in that they look terrible and no one should want to wear them.
Yeah.
Okay.
But I mean, there's also like the best virtual reality system.
are you now? Is that like that's a very
Those are very
popular
cool.
thing?
They're
like,
very expensive, so I don't know a lot of teens that have them because they're like a lot of monies.
right.
And that's one thing teens don't have is a lot of monies.
Justin got one and he loved it.
Yeah. I think they're very cool because it's, I mean,
So teens would get those had they the funds.
if we had the monies, we would get the VRs.
Right.
But also things like, I mean, I remember in middle school and early high school when I was in my first teen years, e-readers were becoming very popular. So like Kindles and Fires and Nooks and stuff like that. And I wanted one really bad and I got one because it was like for the teens who read.
But now, that's a good question though. Now, I mean, you can do all that on your phone, of course.
Yeah.
But is there room for stuff like that? Like, I'm thinking like iPads, like tablets, like that. Do teens want those? Or is it like, I have my computer, I have my phone, what space does this fill?
It's all kind of coming overlapped. Like there are so many things you can do with one gadget. It's like all of these other ones are coming out, and it's like part of everyone wants the new things because they're the new things and they're pretty and they're shiny and new. Like the new MacBook that has a little touchscreen bar at the top of the keypad. I don't need that. I have a nice MacBook that I just got a few years ago, but I want something with a touchpad at the top of my keypad. I don't know why. It's just like, I don't know what it does. I don't know what its purpose is, but I want it. And it's like, they all kind of,
Okay.
I mean, I like, that's like, That's why teens get so many gadgets. It's because it's like, honestly, we could do everything we do from all of our devices from our phone all the time. There's no need for an Apple Watch ever. Like, that's what your phone is for. You can get the Fitbit, or you can get an app on your phone that tracks your steps and tracks like your activity and stuff. But
That's
like,
true.
you want all the gadgets.
See, I don't know that I connect to that because I never wanted all the gadgets.
No.
Well, teens of today want all the gadgets
I'm
because we grew
already-
up with all the gadgets.
Well, that's true. That's a good point. You grew up with all the gadgets. I'm already devastated that prior to this recording, I have destroyed my laptop.
Please explain how.
I spilled sauce from my Chinese food on the keyboard, and it was the
As
sauce
you
from the
do.
chicken and mixed vegetables, the brown sauce. It's very sticky, I guess, because it got on the mouse pad part, and it doesn't click now.
It tracks, but it does not
Tracks,
click.
but it doesn't click. So I can't click on things. My MacBook Air is ruined.
Well, I mean, you are using a wireless mouse right now that works perfectly fine.
Well, that's true.
Yeah, I can relate to that. I killed my last MacBook with a bottle of multigrain kombucha. So,
Oh no.
yeah. But that was like 100% dead. That was no question. Like, it just like bleeped and screamed and died.
Oh.
Bleeped and screamed.
I knew this one was we just recently backed up everything on it because it's been doing some funky stuff. I've had it for a long
You've
time.
had this for a long time.
I have. I've had this for, well, this is like 5 years.
Yeah. And I mean, for a computer, for a laptop, that's,
Yeah.
a while.
But I knew this was coming, but that's devastating to me because then I have to get a whole new one and like learn about it.
That's the one thing I will say about older technology, like older cell phones and stuff like that. They were a lot more durable.
They were.
Well, I think the idea of planned obsolescence, which is like the creepiest term to me, just side note, but I think
Yeah.
that's something that is very much with current technology that maybe wasn't the way things used to be made. I think plenty of companies like,
Yeah.
wait, why do we want to give you something that's good for 20 years when if we give you something that's good for 5 years at a time, you'll buy 4 things instead of 1.
Yeah.
Well, and and it leaves you with things like I have a very durable little, it's an MP3 headset thing, and you can load onto it like, it's like an hour's worth of music, literally. And I used to wear it and use it all the time, and I would just like put new music on it, and it was just an hour's worth of music on a headset. And it still works
Mm-hmm.
to this day. I don't know what function that would play in my life now.
Someday you'll probably be able to sell that to a museum for lots of money.
No.
It was great. I studied all through med school. I used that thing to study, like close out the world and listen to music on my MP3 player headset. It was like big and bulky too. Like it didn't look cool. It wasn't like cool headphones. It was like this weird,
Like the
anyway,
headphones they give you in the computer lab to plug into your computer.
kinda.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So it was not a cool piece of equipment.
Well, I mean, considering how you've described some of the technology of the 90s, I'd say most of them were not cool pieces of equipment.
Yeah, that's pretty cool for our generation, Sid.
Yeah. I guess that's true.
That's
'cause,
like
I mean,
50
it really
hit
was.
clips.
Yeah.
Everything else was just like a little single-use device with some sort of like LED screen that didn't. I mean, they were all like fancy calculators.
I mean, now everything is very vaguely different from each other. Like the iPhone 8 is very similar to, is there even an iPhone 8 or is the iPhone X?
It's X, right?
iPhone X?
I
Is there
think.
an X and an 8?
I
I don't even know. Like, it's very little bit different from the 7, and the 7 is only a little bit different from the 6, but they change all these things, and you have to buy the new things to go
Like-
with it. Like,
like-
I had to buy my headphone adapter and my charger adapter
Mhm.
so I can charge and listen to music at the same time.
You can make your emojis talk on it though.
Mm-hmm.
On the new one,
You can.
Justin showed me that.
How does he do that? Does he have it?
He got the new one.
Of course he did. Why
Yeah.
did I even ask?
Yeah, he just got it, and he celebrated by sending me a talking poop emoji.
Also, it scares me, though, because the
Of course he
screen
did.
goes from edge to edge on the new phone.
Yes.
So, like, 99% chance of breaking it every time you take it anywhere.
Yeah, I I fail to see how it's an upgrade when like that's the first thing he thinks to do with it. He was doing the facial
Send you a
recognition
talking
thing,
poop emoji.
but then the second thing he did was send me a talking poop emoji. So I don't know how this is better.
What if
than
someone held a
the
picture
clueless
of you
headset.
up to the phone? Does that work? Would they be able to get into your phone?
I don't think so, because when Justin was setting it up, he had to like turn his face all around to like get the 3D like. I don't know. I'm assuming they've thought of that. Surely they thought of that.
Like, what if I could just hold a
Surely.
picture of Justin up to his phone and be like, "Well, I'm in."
I can't imagine someone didn't troubleshoot that. I don't know the answer, but
Probably.
I have to think we are not the first ones to go, you know.
But
What
I
if?
really hope that there's that creepy underground market of like 3D printing people's faces so you can steal their phone.
Is he carrying around someone's head? I think for the explicit purpose of stealing their phone.
I think you'd steal the phone and take it to the head. I mean, just practically. I'm not involved in this. I don't know anything about it, but I'm just saying.
Because, I mean, if you see somebody walking down the street carrying a 3D printed version of your head,
You're going to know they're up to
I mean,
something.
I'm going to be freaked out, and not because I'm going to worry they're going to steal my phone. Like, that's not my first thought.
That's not what I'm worried
oh,
about.
no, not my phone.
Least of my worries.
Well, sisters, this was fun.
Yes,
I enjoyed
we
it.
should do it again sometime.
Yeah, maybe every week.
Maybe every week.
And now I know what to get you for Christmas, Riley. A drone.
A hit clip.
A
Oh.
hit clip.
Oh.
You don't want any of the things we've talked about.
No, probably not.
All right. Well, thank you all for listening. If you have any thoughts or suggestions for topics on our show, you can email us at stillbuffering@maximumfun.org. You can tweet at us at stillbuff. You should check out maximumfun.org for a lot of other wonderful podcasts on our network that we think you would enjoy. And we want to say thank you to the Novellas for our theme song, Baby You Change Your Mind.
This has been Still Buffering, a sister's guide to teens through the ages. I am Riley Smirl.
I'm Sydney McElroy.
And I'm Taylor Smirl.
I am a teenager.
All the technology and I can't get that right.
Oh, sorry about that. Just had to dispatch some goons real quick. Hi, I'm April Wolf, lead film critic at LA Weekly, and when I'm not kicking butt, I'm hosting the new Maximum Fun podcast, Switchblade Sisters. Do you love genre films? Do you love female filmmakers? Do you love discussions on craft? If your answer is yes, you'll love Switchblade Sisters. Every episode, I invite one female filmmaker on, and we talk in depth about their fave genre film and how it influenced their own work. So we're talking horror, action, sci-fi, fantasy, bizarro, and exploitation cinema. Mothers, lock up your sons, because the Switchblade Sisters are coming for you. Available at MaximumFun.org or wherever you find your podcasts.
MaximumFun.org.
Comedy and culture. Artist owned.
Listener supported.